In this video, 3 of my friends helped me move sea ox nearly 200 miles from Corpus Christi to Freeport, but not before we knocked out a few last-minute repairs, a few mechanical issues, a sick crew member, and completely changed our route. I didn't film much of the mechanical stuff because we handled it fairly quick, and honestly, this trip was more about relaxing with good friends and having fun. I hope you enjoy watching. Alright, let's go.
I won't fall, I'll just feel like I am.
He'll just be barely upset, and some words will probably be said.
I drove in from Surfside the day before to get the boat ready and found the AC not cooling, but that's an ongoing issue involving a mystery leak. More importantly, the anchor and steaming light were not working. Thankfully, Matt and Crystal came to my rescue just hours before we were scheduled to leave. They installed a new mast headlight and made sure that all the wiring was correct. While he was aloft, he also installed a new Windex and chafe protection. At the same time, Don was down below charging the AC system and replacing a suspicious wire on the compressor.
Oh, Father, tell me, do we get what we deserve? Oh, we get what we deserve. And we're down we go, oh, oh. Way down we go, oh, 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 oh. So we're down.
Started the route.
Way down we go. Oh, you let your feet run wild. Time has come as we all fall.
We were off the dock by 1 p.m. and making the 4-hour sail to Port Aransas. I booked a transient slip at the city marina for the night so that we can get an early start the next morning. The plan was to jump offshore before 6 a.m. and if the wind direction was in our favor, it looked like we might be able to make it to Freeport by 10 p.m. the next day. Less than an hour after leaving, we heard an alarm at the panel, which was showing a high voltage. We were puzzled because the alarm was intermittent and seldom lasted more than 10 seconds before going off. After some diagnosing with the meter, Jeremy found a loose wire on the back of the alternator, which led to the voltage regulator. Within minutes, he spliced a new ring connector, and we were confident the issue was resolved.
That was quite a few. Yeah. At least 8.
And don't judge the sail shape. We were beating into a headwind. Alright, we made it into Port A. Came into the dock, no problem. The only issue is I got something going on with the power. We're not getting our AC plugs energy to them, but we do have energy on the boat because the AC is working. So we closed it up and we're going to let it cool off. Then when we get back, we will try to reset everything and just trace it down. I've had this problem before and it was the GFI. I would try to work them, but normally you hear a little click. And I'm not getting that right now, so it very well could be the problem, but I'm not too sure. But the only thing we're really going to lose if we don't have it is the ability to recharge the power banks and our fan. So it's not a major issue, but I would like to get it fixed. At least we have the AC running. It's not too often that you spot a pirate ship while you're walking to dinner. Instead of heading back to the boat after eating, we visited this venue, which was pretty damn cool. The weather was perfect, the views were amazing, and the company was even better. I won't miss Corpus Christi, but I can't say the same about these guys. Their friendship and the Wednesday night racing was often the highlight of my week, and I'm honored to call them my friends.
This way, guys. Just. You ready, Jim?
looking over there at y'all, and I've just got this bright light in my face. I really couldn't see. We have steam lights on. Oh no, you will go down below. Thank you. That's at the end of the rocks, the blinking green, right?
Yep, it is.
Awesome. Why do you put that next to you, and you can, thank you, sir, use it as you need. But that should be the end of the rock. I mean,
I can smell the shore, it's right in front of us if we just hold on tight. This vision that I saw is getting closer every dawn.
it's actually at the mast. Keep a steady course, I'm going up forward.
With the sun rising over the horizon, we realized that our topping lift had come loose from the boom.
We're a few miles offshore. We left at just a little bit before 6 o'clock this morning. It is now almost 11. We've been cruising about 4.5 as the average. We're gonna have to tack here shortly. I think we're gonna tack right ahead of those platforms. Off the back here, we're running a couple lines. I got one spoon that's down 4 or 5 feet. Then I have another top water. We haven't had any luck yet, but we didn't suspect. We're too close to the shore for any of the bigger stuff. But when we're going to attack, we're going to do it right by those rigs and hope we can pick up something that's hanging around that stuff. It's been a really lovely sail. When we were coming through the channel earlier this morning, it was a rough ride, a little bumpy, but it was short-lived. So we came out here and it all settled down, and it's been a beautiful day. Just other than we're running a bit slower than we wanted. So we were initially going to be in at 10, and now we're showing just a little bit after midnight. So we're just enjoying the time and the weather, so we're not in no big rush. If we get to that situation, then we'll throw some diesel at it and get there sooner.
Caught behind Venetian blinds, out of reach for the city lights. This ain't where I belong. Hey, look at me, man, what I become. I've been running east, looking for a sunset, digging deep since 9/9.
When I was a big runner, like the ultra stuff, you get nauseated, you can't hold food down when I'm... Oh, you gotta clarify that.
I think it's time for me to go, burn all bridges, all I know.
Look at the size of this. Guess we're having a challenge.
Fell between the phone, pulling stitches, time to
we passed over some small patches of sargassum, which of course was caught on our fishing lines. While adjusting the drag, the spool spun and created a bird's nest, and I spent nearly an hour getting it back on the reel. So there's been a change of plans. We are now taking the ICW. We just wasn't making enough progress with the current and the wave angles, or the wind angle. It kept pushing us back further and further. So we just decided to jump inside the ICW. We got one of our crews that's not feeling too well, so it's nice and calm in here compared to what we have. It's a beautiful night. Not looking forward to the ditch. Probably makes the most amount of sense. We went from arriving in Freeport at one time with plans at about 10:30 to now we're showing we should be arriving around 4 a.m. This dredge vessel was lit up like a Christmas tree, but I found myself confused by all the blinking lights that he had marking his pipes. A couple of the lights had broken away and they were on the other side of the ICW, and it made it appear that we were going to cross over them. He's asking if you got a radio.
Yes, sir. Oh, that's close. Whew. Somebody hit it. You see a scrape mark up there?
Yeah, I just noticed it, but I'm sure. Good morning, everybody. It is now Sunday morning. We expected to be in last night, but there was a change of plans when we were offshore and we went ahead and came in. The wind was standing up, and I think Jeremy said he was clocking 25 pretty consistent. And it wasn't horrible, but we had a crew member that was not feeling well, and we just weren't making any speed. We had a bad wind angle, and we had some current that was against us, and we weren't making much progress, and it looked like we were going to not be in until this morning anyways. So it was in our best interest to get him, let him get off the boat. He wanted to. We came into the marina, which is right back over here, which was Matagorda Marina. We buttoned up there late last night, and everybody got a little bit of sleep. And we got off this morning. He's got his wife coming to pick him up. The good thing is it's only about an hour and a half drive, I think, for her, maybe. Yeah, hour and a half, 2 hours. That's probably going to work out in his best interest. He seemed much, much happier that he is now homebound and not on a boat. So I'm trying to think of how I can make this video jokingly, because even he said it. He said, this may have saved me a couple $100,000. Because he loves the base selling, but that offshore stuff, it's his equilibrium. He just ever couldn't get it right to not feel well. He laid on this cockpit right here, and he was horizontal more hours than he was upright. All right, well, I'll check in as we get going throughout the day here, see if anything interesting pops up. There was a lot of really cool stuff yesterday, and I should have caught video of, but we were just busy and I was in the moment, and I just didn't catch it. We had a handful of mechanical issues, and I'll talk more about that at length at some point. Probably later today as we're buzzing through here, as I'm gathering my thoughts. I thought the boat was a little closer to being ready to just do whatever it wants, and it's all minor stuff, and I really thank these two gentlemen here. We got through it. We got Jim keeps us calm and go, okay, let's get through it, and then I got Mr. Fix-It here that he just he'll get down there and grab a hold of something and find the problem and fix it. But everything's pretty minor. All right, we've had a lot of radio traffic and sequencing to get through this lock. There's a lot of different things going on, and some of these tugboats really got to make some headway, so they've been radioing to us going, hey, you either need to speed up or get behind us. So we balanced that, and it's now our turn to go through this Brazos River lock. And, we can already see a lot of current. We have got the throttle pretty much pushed back, and we're moving about 6 knots. So typically what we've been doing is moving closer to 8 or 9 at full throttle. It's a busy morning here in the ICW. I think we've already passed 2 or 3, and we got one coming up behind us. This one's pushed up on the bank. You got all the fishing guides heading out this morning. Definitely got to stay alert. I'm glad we're doing this in daylight, not dark. thought he was moving earlier, but I don't think so.
Oh, Father, tell me, do we get what we deserve? Oh, we get what we deserve.
We have a couple bridges along the ICW, and I think this one is at 73 feet, if I'm not mistaken, and we have an air draft of about 60 to 62, depending how high it is to the top of the VHF radio. But it's always interesting to come across this, and I swear we're going to hit, but we don't. There we go. And 3, 2, 1. Oh, that looks so close. It's deceiving from down here. It makes you nervous. This is, I believe, Sergeant, or actually I heard Jeremy call it Ranger. It's a cool little fishing camp looking area along the ICW. We're about 2.5, 3 hours away from Freeport. Like got a little light rain up ahead of us is what it looks like. Hopefully the sun will come out a little bit more and burn it off. Either way, we're ready. I understand this guy's got a double, but he's not leaving us a lot of room. He's going right down the middle. Jeremy actually held him on the radio and let him know we're going to pass port to port, and he was good with it, but he's certainly not giving us any room. There we go. I guess he just wasted the last minute to move over. That's interesting. He's got two different sized barges. Yeah. You don't see that too often. They're usually all the same. There he goes. Good Shepherd. I've heard him on the radio a couple times.
Locks. Dynamic equilibrium is about 10 minutes out. 39-foot Jeanneau, looking to sequence for the lock.
At the Freeport Marina, which will be Seax's new home. Just waiting for the guys to pull in. Here they come. Band of weary warriors in the long haul.
Yep. Way down we go. So way down we go. Way down we go.
Didn't hear any crunching. And just like that, 2.5 days later, we're home. That wraps up this week. Thanks for following our journey, one adventure at a time. Join us on Patreon for bonus footage and behind-the-scenes updates. Your support there is truly what helps fuel these adventures. And don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and leave a comment. We'll see you next week.